Hi, welcome to Polyphonic Press. I'm Jeremy Boyd, and today I'm going to be reviewing the new album by Arctic Monkeys entitled AM. Here we go. Arctic Monkeys are a British rock band formed in Sheffield in 2002. They were quickly signed to Domino Recording Company and released their debut album, Whatever People Say I Am, That's What I'm Not, in 2006. That album was both a commercial and critical success, and since then they've released 5 albums, including this one, and it's called AM. This album starts off with a song called Do I Wanna Know, and it starts off with a stomp clap kind of rhythm with a very bluesy guitar riff. That riff kind of repeats throughout the song and through the verses and kind of builds up into the chorus. This is a little more of a laid back kind of song. I was kind of expecting the album to kick off with a sort of heavy kind of driving rock number, but this was a little more subtle and a little more understated than what I was expecting. This is by no means a bad song or anything, but I'm kind of on the fence whether it should be the opening track or not. To me, right off the bat, you want to capture the listener's attention, and I don't really think that this song really does that effectively. The first single from the album is the song Are You Mine, and it's kind of a psychedelic garage rock kind of tune. It is a very driving sort of guitar riff that really kind of sucks you in. Towards the end of the song, there's a very brief guitar solo, and I think this song would have improved if that guitar solo was kind of extended, just to give a bit of a break between the verse and the chorus and to give the listener something that isn't quite so repetitive. I think it would have broken up the song a little bit better and given it a little more dynamics to play around with. Oddly enough, the ballad of the album is a song called No. 1 Party Anthem. The chord changes in the chorus are very reminiscent to the Beatles' sort of mid-60s psychedelic period. I'm not really sure, but I think the song is a bit of a critique on pop music and sort of the emphasis on party songs, and it's sort of a criticism on meaningless pop lyrics. At least that's the sentiment that I took away from the song. It's also got a bit of a personal touch with it as well, sort of calling out to a girl that he's sort of interested in or someone he's pursuing, and they're not really returning the love that he's putting out there. So it sort of puts a personal spin on a criticism. It sort of works on a whole bunch of different levels. Immediately following is the song Mad Sounds, and it's sort of driven by this distant, sort of tremolo heavy guitar riff. Throughout the song you hear a B3 organ, and the chord changes are really reminiscent of Bob Dylan and when he first went electric and started playing with a full band. But the vocals have a very unique sound to them that really only Alex Turner can pull off. This is a very slow and laid back song, and it's probably my favorite song on the album. The most recent single from the album is the song Why'd You Only Call Me When You're High. It's sort of a mid-tempo rock song, and it's got a lot of modern R&B influence behind it, although there are some guitars in there. I like this song, and it's pretty drastic departure from this band. They're sort of moving into a more mature sound, and I think it really sits well with them. It's sort of something different, but they still put their own stamp on it. And the album ends with the song I Wanna Be Yours, which is another ballad sort of song. It's driven by this electronic sort of beat, and it's got very distant sounding guitars. I think it's a song about falling in love with someone who doesn't know how you feel or doesn't want to be with you. It's sort of a relatable song in that sense. I think that's something that everyone has experienced. But to be honest, I thought this was the weakest song on the album. It kind of ends a little too abruptly, and it just didn't really fit in and didn't really tie the loose ends of the album. It really just kind of ended. And this was probably more of a filler track than anything. I really don't think it was a strong ending to the album. The production on this album is very big, and I think it's a little too big for these songs. I think if they were to go with a more natural sounding recording, it would have served the songs a little bit better, but the production and the songs themselves really didn't match up very well. I did like most of these songs themselves though, and I think they're really well written and they're coming from an honest place. This band is taking a much more laid back approach with this album, and I think it feels very comfortable for them. I think they're moving into a much more mature sound, but with the production being too big and the album having more than a few weak spots, I'm going to give this album a 7 out of 10. So anyway, that's what I thought about the album. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you'd like to suggest an album for me to review, please leave that in the comments as well. Don't forget to check me out on Twitter and Facebook, as well as the podcast. All the links are in the description, and that's about it. I'll see you next time. Take it easy.